Hey everyone, I'm Sydney Freed here with my good friend Peter Duyshart, fourth generation UCLA alum, former DIN president, and lifelong Los Angeles athletic supporter. Thanks for being here, Peter.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you.
It's good to see you too. All right, we're going to start off with a little bit about how you were DIN president. What is it like to be a part of UCLA's famous student section, not only being a part of it, but being in charge of it?
First of all, it's an honor to be, leading such an esteemed student section, and it's just exhilarating. It's an absolute blast to be able to, be the face of the student section, to show like how much passion you have for UCLA and the four letters and all that represents. And of course, we have a student section that cheers on maybe the best athletics program in the entire country. There's a lot of responsibility with that. We have a responsibility to make sure our teams feel our presence, feel our support, feel the passion, not only amongst the leadership team from the DEN, like myself or other officers, but of every single student at UCLA that comes and cheers on the blue and gold at sporting events. So some of the responsibilities that I had when I was DEN president are you have to implement marketing strategies with athletic administrators. You have to try to find a way to incentivize students to head out to games. What prizes will students love to win at sporting events? And of course, you're trying to convince them that this is such a huge part of campus culture, supporting your Bruin teams, and it's part of that ultimate college experience that you always dream about.
Exactly. All right, so being a UCLA fan, not only for the past 4 years, but your entire life, I'm sure there's some animosity towards USC. Can you tell me any fun rivalry stories?
Right, so small family story first. I am fourth generation Bruin, but all of my extended family on my mom's side of the family is all USC Trojan alums and students. So there's a big inter-family rivalry. We got together for some games and watched them together. And then as far as a more historical story, the big reason this USC-UCLA rivalry built to what it is today and is such a staple of the Los Angeles sports scene is USC students actually stole UCLA's victory bell back in 1939. It used to be on a train locomotive. It was gifted to UCLA by our Alumni Association in 1939. But then at a 1939 home game at the Coliseum, ironically, USC students stole the keys to the truck that the victory bell was in and drove off with it. It was hidden for about 1 to 2 years until it resurfaced in a USC magazine in 1941. And then basically a bunch of pranks were pulled between the schools for a year, like USC burning their letters in a lawn here, us dying the Tommy Trojan statue, dumping manure on a helicopter.
I remember that one. That's my favorite, I think.
No, it really is.
Being from a small town, I'm like, yep, dump that manure.
And it's fun to hear some of those stories, and that's what makes college sports, having all these natural, bitter rivalries.
Very cool. Thank you so much for that tidbit. So interesting.
You're welcome.
All right, let's move on to some baseball. I know you've been a die-hard Dodgers fan for your entire life. This season has had to have been an emotional one for you, from Vin Scully's retirement to losing in the playoffs. Overall, it's been a historic year in baseball. Can you tell me a little bit about what this season has meant to you?
Right, well, it was a very special season, first of all, because it was Vin Scully's last season, longest tenured baseball announcer, 67 years. Generations of Dodger fans grew up with him, including my generation. And he was part of my childhood. He was like a grandfather figure. He doesn't just announce or call games. He narrates a story. He narrates the game. And he has a way of bringing certain stories to life that just captivate the baseball audience. So it was bittersweet knowing that he was moving on to finally spend more time with his family, but also of course incredibly sad for all of us Dodger fans who grew up with him narrating baseball games through our living room TVs.
No, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, Peter, so the expectation for UCLA basketball is high this year. We've got 2 5-star recruits, TJ Leaf and Lonzo Ball. We've got an excellent returning cast. How high are expectations for the basketball season this year?
Oh, they have to be really high. I mean, you have 11 national championship banners hanging here in Pauley Pavilion, and you have to, show that respect for the UCLA basketball program, and also, find a way to honor all the previous players and coaches that have walked through this legendary arena, the house that John Wooden built. So you have to, just take it one game at a time, focus on each opponent, and try to find a way to make a deep NCAA tournament run, and maybe even win the Pac-12 as well.
Exactly. It's going to be an exciting season. All right, so now we're going to have a little bit of fun. You're a diehard Dodgers fan, diehard UCLA fan. If you had to choose one team to root for the rest of your life, what would it be?
UCLA football. UCLA, like I kind of alluded to earlier when we were talking, college sports just has a special dynamic to it.
Yeah.
You have the collegiate atmosphere, you have all the school spirit, you have the pageantry from school spirit to the bands and all the traditions that go along with college sports. And college football especially, you see all that tradition come out. And I went to my first UCLA football game when I was only 5 years old, so I was kind of ingrained from the start to cheer on the Bruins at the Rose Bowl, so they probably have the most special place in my heart.
Love it. I'd have to say I agree with you. Can you tell me what one of your favorite UCLA student section, the DIN, traditions are?
So I'd say one favorite tradition is our roll call tradition. With about 19 minutes left until tip-off, we announce every single player on the team to the entire student section. We lead them in the chant, and the students also respond back. And the players are expected to respond back, or as we say, check in, by waving over to the student section, both on the sideline and behind the basket here in Poly Pavilion.
All right, well, that's it for today. Thanks so much for being here with us, Peter. We think we learned a lot about Bruins tradition. We heard a little bit about the Dodgers, and we heard about the upcoming basketball season. So hopefully it's as exciting as we think it's going to be. And until next time, this is Sydney Freed on her iPhone. Thanks so much. Bye, guys.